Welcome. So today we want to talk about how can you know that you are called into the sphere of religion and your responsibility within that sphere, which is divided into five: a pastor, an apostle, an evangelist, a teacher, and a prophet. How can you know the one you are called into among the five? We've spoken about pastor in the previous video. Now we want to talk about how to know if you are called as an evangelist. There's one mentality I needed to correct. People have downgraded evangelists to people who are sent to the mission field to win souls. Listen, the assignment to go into the field and win soul is to every believer, be it a pastor, an evangelist, a teacher, whatever you are, even as a church member. It is our responsibility and not the sole responsibility of an evangelist. However, evangelists are able to win more soul on the mission field because of the nature of their assignment. But primarily, all the fivefold officers are sent to the church to build church members and help them to grow into maturity, so that when they go to the world, which is the marketplace, they'll be able to function and perform effectively. So what is the role of an evangelist in the church? Evangelists are called zeal giver, energy giver. They are called comforter. They are called motivators. I know that in the body of Christ we've reduced the importance of motivation, but I tell you, motivation is an important aspect of everyone's life. You need someone to ginger you. You need someone to encourage you. You need someone to keep you on the run, and that is the role of an evangelist. Evangelists are tender-hearted. They are empathizers. They see themselves in your shoe and they walk through life with you and help you to become what you ought to become, most especially when you are going through tough seasons. Today, people leave church and commit suicide because we are lacking the contribution of evangelists in the church. We've sent all of them to the mission field. We need evangelists in the church to encourage us when we are discouraged, to keep the fire in us burning, to keep us motivated, to keep us energized, to help the zeal not to leave the church. So, an evangelist is an individual who is concerned emotionally about the growth of an individual. An evangelist is an individual who always wear your shoe and relate with you from that perspective. We need them because they are motivators. That is why so many people that are pastors but are evangelists, you can see it in their teaching. A good example is T.D. Jakes. If you listen to the teaching of T.D. Jakes, you will get to realize that it motivates, it brings inspiration, it awakens, because he is an evangelist. So we need evangelists. You cannot take their part away from the body of Christ. So if you are called as an evangelist, these are the signs. You become an empathizer, a comforter, you motivate people. And it's an important assignment. Like I said, we need people like this in the body of Christ. We really, really need people like this. People that help you when you are helpless. People that encourages you when you are discouraged. However, that you see all these signs in your life does not mean you should rush and begin to call yourself an evangelist and establish a church. You need to be built, because if an evangelist did not know how to control his emotion, he may start sleeping with church members and become emotionally attached to their pain. If an evangelist is not trained, he could become depressed, because when he hears the problems of other people and he carried it within, he could die. So even as an evangelist, having all of this, I have said earlier, being a good motivator, a comforter, zeal giver, inspiration giver, it's not enough for you to now establish a church. You have been called, but you are not yet sent until you are trained and you have what we call emotional maturity. All right? I believe this blesses. See you in the next video.